Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. Today, we are covering The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 17, Episode 9. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video. You can also subscribe, and you can leave your comments below. Let's get into this week's episode. Okay. We begin where we left off on last week's episode, where Portia is crashing out because Kelly has said, "You have slept with every Nigerian in Atlanta." How could this get you so upset if it's not true, Portia? Can someone answer that for me? Portia stands. And then you're saying, well, she put that glass in my face. You put your ET finger in her face first. All I saw Kelly was doing was returning the serve that you've been doing since the beginning of the season. You're saying, I'm trying to get my lick back because Kelly lied on me. What did she lie about? She asked you, why did you take that lady husband? And then she made comments based upon your own admission of threatening to sleep with Charles Oakley. Kelly didn't lie on you last season. You're trying to change the narrative for you because you're still the fan favorite and all that. You have a lot of history that people keep looking over just because of how pretty you look and how big your breasts are and how big your booty is. You can't be that upset. Kelly's saying, look, I may be small, but I will slap an itch down. And I think that I need to go. K. Michelle wants to go too, so she goes. Portia sits back down. Of course, Portia sits back down because she's around somebody that's familiar with, and she gets along with Phaedra and all that. So I think that was the end of the scene. I didn't write anything down because it's just like, okay, whatever. Pinky, I think Angela was there too. It's cool, at least for Pinky and Angela are able to now come back together and to do something positive after that read down. I didn't know that if there was a beef there or what, but obviously, at least on Pinky's side, she's saying we're better together than against each other because you really hit me where it hurt. I don't know. But what I'm noticing with Pinky, she may do errors, but she's able to readjust and realign herself to not make the same mistake over again. What you did online was too much. Of course, I didn't know anything about you. I was asking questions. Why do y'all hate her so much? And y'all really don't have anything to say. There's one person said, oh, my family knows about her and been around her. And so you hate her because of your family, but you've never had any personal experience with her. Y'all not making any sense whatsoever. Anyways. But this, I forgot which one went first or whatever. Let's go with Cynthia, Pinky. Was Angela there? I think Angela. Was Portia there? I don't know. Anyways, Pinky gave the tea to Cynthia. She said, thank God I left just in time. But Cynthia's really stepped up and may have redefined the friend role. However, it's different because Cynthia's been around this group forever and a day. And she's able to kind of hover around and be mother to the group, which should be Nene's responsibility. But she was like that, I think, part of season 6, and then that kind of just went away. Maybe season 10 when she returned, it was kind of that way. But then it was just like, okay, whatever. Anyways, and Portia is none of that. Even though they've now put her as anchor, but really Cynthia's doing the anchoring and trying to keep this group together. I know right now she's being attacked, but at the same point, too much is given, much is required. But y'all swear up and down, this is the Portia show. So basically, there's a strategy that Cynthia's come up with. You talk to this person, you talk to that person. Let's see if we can bring K. Michelle and Portia together. Because Cynthia says, like, all I've seen Portia try to be is a friend to K. Michelle, so I don't know where all that's coming from. There's another scene. I'll break it up, and we'll go back to Pinky and all that. Drew meets with all of her assistants. She says that she has business assistants, and then she had, or a business team, and then also a personal team. Because of all your debt, I don't see why you have a team like this. I don't know what it takes to be an actor and actress, so I can't just sit up here and say, oh, don't have this team. You got your wig stylist, your makeup person, your driver. All these jokers are in one room, and it's your team. Okay, whatever. But anyways, these folks want to make a name for themselves, and now y'all online saying, ooh, I could watch a spinoff. I don't want to see these jokers. I don't want to see these jokers. I'll watch Chase in Atlanta. I don't need to see these jokers. Really, I just didn't care about the scene. They're sitting up here having fights, and Drew saying, oh, I don't know how to, like, I don't want to fire anyone, but they're messing up your brand. If they're having fights, physical altercations, nah. I wasn't impressed with the scene. Pinky and Angela, they're doing some photo shoots. Pinky's little daughter, and I say little because she's little, is the face of some brand or whatnot. And I think that Angela was there with her during the photo shoot with her daughter too. And I'm really interested for some more home life with Angela. Production, y'all been... Portia did need to start telling personal story. However, y'all been really neglecting on personal story with these ladies. That's why y'all got 8 ladies here. We're starting to get personal story with Kelly, which is cool. It's the 9th episode. So I'm looking to think that if this is the 9th episode, maybe 3 or 4 more episodes, and then we're on to the next trip, and then we're done for the season. And there's been a lot of people that we haven't really seen much. And please don't think that the group dynamic has been just so great. We move on to Shamia. She's with her family. I seen her mom and all of that, looking like Dolores Van Cartier. She talks about what happened in Dallas, and Angela's just really just coming for me, blah, 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 blah. And they talked about the whole surrogacy thing. She just don't know how much more she could do with this, and she's getting to the point where she's disinterested in doing it because of the failed attempts to carry the child. Not so much with her, but with the other surrogates and all that. And she only has one more chance as far as a male child and all that. Mama said, look, if it's God's will, it's gonna happen, and you got to put it in his hands. I don't know if Gerald really is going to leave her. I mean, he's 65. What is he gonna do? He gonna get some other young person to just give him a male heir? Okay. I don't know. I don't know if he's really going to leave her. All I know is that it could seem like that there's a lot of pressure to make sure that he gets a male child. I talked about all this other stuff. Okay. The meetup with K. Michelle and Portia. What I will say is this. Now, K. Michelle was in her confessional talking about Drew. K. Michelle, I do not want to dislike you. For the sake of Housewives, I have no other choice. Because it's like, you're sitting up here talking about Drew's face. You're talking about Ralph allegedly having taco meat, which we've never seen him have taco meat as far as chest hair. And she don't have no awards. The only thing she's been able to accomplish is having a man in a basement. Your man has freak offs, and you sit there and enjoy it like Diddy. And you're sitting up here just being weird. You're being weird. You've been trying to find your way as to how to make sure K. Michelle is seen on this show. And you went the easy and laziest route. You've been on for 9 episodes. I don't have to give you any more chances. Could something develop on later on? Yeah. But even if Drew comes back at you, you laid the groundwork. You've been aggressive towards Drew for no reason. You say what your issues is with Drew is that she wants to link you to Black. She wants to dig up stuff about your past and talk about your long toes. 3 things that we don't care about. You may care about it, we don't. There's nothing else for us to go by. I don't care what you tweet and say, keep watching the show, keep watching the show. For what? Drew and Portia sit down and they have a heart-to-heart. Something you won't do with Drew. If anyone's seen the first look on that's already floating around online on social media, okay, you even said, I don't even have any hate for Drew. I just want to know why she keeps repeating stuff that you started. At this point, I don't know how to be patient with you and to not really just go in on you. You don't fit in, and you made sure that you didn't fit in. However, you still have people that like you because they're still attracted to the star, K. Michelle. And if you could just hone in on one person that a lot of people still don't really defend within the group. Cynthia and Angela, if I don't really see y'all really step up for Drew this season, I know something. And I like Angela. And I like Cynthia. I'm talking very slow because I'm almost done with my review. I'm going to talk about Shami and Angela in just a second, but that's not going to take long either. But you've been able to just talk so respectful and so passionately and all this stuff, and still the stuff that Drew's coming at you with amounts to nothing. And I'm insulted as a viewer that we got to deal with this. People keep saying this show is good. Okay, so we're gonna move on to Shami and Angela. They meet. The only thing I could really say is I thought that this was a chance for them to settle their differences. It wasn't. It feels like Shami had to get some things off her chest. Angela got some things to get off her chest. It would appear that Angela's just carrying on this beef. Angela said online that, look, there's more to the story than what you think. What Shami said in her confessional does kind of like, Angela, you sat up here and forgave this woman that threatened to sleep with your husband. And all I did was laugh. Angela said that you did more than that. I don't know what you're doing. However, you're bringing back up that Charles is out here cheating. You said, Angela said, you wanted to remark on Angela saying that that she has discernment. You should have discernment at how to sell these homes. Boom, you whacked her. You whacked her again later on about keeping your man at home, which was still insinuating that Charles is cheating. And then Angela brought up that you're quite the fan of the Falcons and the Hawks. And then she exposes that you're sleeping with some people over there. And then you made sure you got up out of there. Not right away, you tried to make sure that you got another dig in, but I'm just noticing how you made sure that you got up out of there when she started talking about you cheating. Now, possibly you're not cheating so much, is that you probably have an allowance with your husband that you can go out and do your thing because he's 65 and all that stuff. Just don't embarrass me. That might be a possibility. There was a lot of references given in this episode from seasons past. Kelly talking about 265 days a year. I'm not a friend. It's 365. We got the friend contract situation being brought up again. Angela's talking something about Shamia's trying to be a lapdog. You trying to be like Candy. I don't understand the correlation. I think that something had to get lost within production because none of that was making sense whatsoever. Yeah. Was this episode productive? I guess you're going to say if K. Michelle and Portia got back on the same track. That's about all I see, y'all. But of course, y'all can make your own decisions as to what you guys see also. But yeah. I don't know what's so deep about the whole situation between Shamia and Angela. Angela does seem like she has a gripe, and she feels like it's valid. But we'll see. I don't know. Did y'all enjoy the episode? Y'all let me know how much you enjoyed it. Give me something that I'm missing, because I'm like, okay. This episode was kind of like, okay. And you got Portia lying her arse off. I forgot one thing. Kelly. Kelly has gotten a sponsorship out of her new boyfriend to invest in some veneers. They cost $70K. But this is from a woman that was trying to support Pinky a couple of weeks ago in Dallas, talking about how other women had to sleep on their backs to get what they wanted. Shamia said, well, if he's sponsoring this $70K, you got to give up some. Kelly went to Phaedra's house. She wanted to apologize for her behavior. Phaedra, who takes every opportunity to talk about female parts. Phaedra to me is a creep. Y'all can say what you want, but she's a creep. I've never seen some woman talk about female parts like she does. I have some theories about that. And it does feel like what she tried to put on Candy is what she was going to do herself. Y'all can take it however you want to, but that's how I feel. There was some weird cringy stuff about Aiden last week, being around all the ladies shirtless and stuff. What, he's like 15, 16? Okay, y'all. Anyways, that's all I got for y'all. I appreciate you for coming to my channel. Like, comment, subscribe. And until the next one, peace.